God in heaven, we thank you for the gift of knowledge and the power of discovery. On behalf of those who have gathered here tonight, I ask for your continued blessings on this graduating class and their families. It is our wish to feel your presence throughout this commencement ceremony. May every graduate be a blessing to the lives they touch, and may they find continued support from the many communities they have encountered along the way. We pray that all is pleasing in your sight, and we thank you for your grace and mercy. Amen.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Troy University Montgomery campus. I'm Vice Chancellor Ray White, and we're pleased you've joined us tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of over 125 graduates in our commencement ceremony this evening. These graduates joined the ranks of more than 170,000 Troy alumni throughout the United States and the world. Tonight's celebration marks the 137th annual spring commencement for the university. At this time, it's my pleasure to recognize members of the platform party and our special guests in the audience. As I introduce our platform party, I would ask each one to please stand and remain standing until I complete the introductions. Audience, please hold your applause until I have finished introducing the entire group so that we may recognize them all at once. On the platform tonight, on my left, Troy University's Chancellor, Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr. Tonight's guest speaker, the Honorable Doug Singleton, Commissioner of District 5, who serves as Chairman of the Montgomery County Commission, and who will be more formally introduced later in the program. From our Troy University's Board of Trustees, Vice President Pro Tem, the Honorable General Edward F. Kroll, the Honorable Senator Gerald Dial, and the Honorable Senator Cam Ward. Others from the university leadership team on my right are Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Carrie Palmer, Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Mary Ann Templeton, representing the Montgomery campus Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society, who delivered the invocation and will deliver the benediction later in the program, Ms. Denise Randall, Associate Professor for the Department of Counseling and Rehab Interpreter Training Program on the Montgomery campus, and who carried the university mace tonight, Dr. Rodney Maiden, representing our academic colleges, Campus Coordinator of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Robert Velarde, Senior Associate Dean of the Sorrell College of Business, Dr. George Crowley, Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Fred Figliano, and Dean of the College of Health and Human Services, Dr. LaGary Carter. Please help me welcome these individuals. Please be seated. We consider all of you very special for being here this evening. However, we do have a small group and few important guests in the audience that are friends of Troy University that I'd like to recognize at this time. I would ask each one to stand as I introduce you and then sit back down. I would also ask the audience to once again hold your applause until all have been recognized. Joining us to honor our graduates are the wife of our guest speaker, Doug Singleton, his daughter, Ms. Brooke Singleton, his mother-in-law, Ms. Carol Van Diver, his sister, Ms. Elizabeth Ziegler, Director of the Montgomery County Commission, Mr. Kent Ward, Commander of the 42nd Air Base Wing, Colonel Ryan Richardson and his wife Lisa, Command Chief, Air University, and my community partner, Chief Master Sergeant Stephen Blazer and his wife Jen, Executive Director of the Air University Foundation, Colonel U.S. Air Force Retired Joe Panza, Vice President of Troy University's National Alumni Association, Mr. Bill Hopper and his wife Debbie, and the wife of Dr. LaGary Carter, Tanya. Please help me in welcoming these guests. Thank you. Our next speaker needs very little introduction. Most of you in this audience knows who I'm talking about, but let me tell you about Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr., our Chancellor. He has led Troy University through a period of growth and expansion of the university for the past 35 years and served us well with a wonderful visionary spirit. He's the longest-serving chancellor or president at any public university in the United States. He's also the chancellor that has led us through not only U.S. Successes and vision, but also internationally. Dr. Hawkins believes that students who have not just an education at Troy, but have a better understanding about the globe around us. Indeed, the world is flat, as Thomas Friedman has said many times. He knows that students from Alabama will soon leave the classroom to compete in this global economy. For this reason, Dr. Hawkins has been dedicated to expanding international experiences for our students. His insistence on a student-first approach has been at the heart of success and has proven to be a key ingredient in our university's growth. In addition, you will find no greater advocate of our nation's military and veteran population. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium my boss and the Chancellor of Troy University, Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr.
Thank you, Race. Thank you for that generous introduction. And let me be quick to welcome all of you on behalf of our Board of Trustees. This is a very special occasion, an occasion we think is the most important night of the year. Is there an amen to that? It is a festive occasion, but a very serious occasion as well. I bring you greetings, but I also bring you congratulations. As Ray said, I've had the good fortune to serve as Chancellor of Troy University for 35 years, and I've been to quite a number of commencement exercises over that period of time. And so I'm very well aware of the excitement that generally looms in the minds and hearts of our graduates. But there's one group that's probably even more excited, and that is the families. I'd like for the members of the families of our graduates to please stand up. Let our graduates and all the rest of us please say thank you for your support. Thank you so much. It was the American author Henry Brooks Adams who said, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never, or she can never tell where the influence stops." I think the devotion of our teaching faculty certainly is at the core of this university, and it's a quality faculty. And we have several members of our faculty who are representing the hundreds of others who stand behind them. There are students with us today who will achieve great deeds, no doubt. And I think all of you and all of us owe a large debt of gratitude to those teachers. So I would like to ask our faculty and staff to please stand up and let us say one more time, thank you for a job well done. Thank you. Thank you. I think most of us in administration, faculty and staff, and even the families know that we're part of the supporting system. We're part of your team. But the real stars are the graduates tonight, and we congratulate you. To the class of 2024, all of you will be called upon to make a difference in the communities that embrace you. We're convinced that America today needs strong leadership more than in its history. It was Thomas Jefferson who said, the preservation of this very delicate thing called a democracy will require leaders with ability, integrity, and vision. And indeed, that's the case. I love America. I never love America more than when I'm not in America. When I look back from distant shores and see how blessed we are, I recognize we have problems. But if you wonder about the blessing of being an American, just look to our southern border and see millions trying to come. We don't see millions going south. That should tell us a lot about how fortunate we are. America's good. America's great because it's good. And I urge you to take a role in the leadership positions that will embrace you. I'd also encourage you to remember the words of the motivational speaker, Mac Anderson, who said, adopt the 212-degree attitude. You know, and I know, that at 211 degrees, water is hot, but at 212, it begins to boil, and then it becomes steam. And that steam can power a locomotive. Think about the difference that 1 degree can make if only we will exert that 1 degree of difference. That really will carry us from good to great. And I believe that you're prepared to do that. These are exciting times for Troy University. I invite you to share in our excitement. And one footnote to that I would share: on September the 8th, 2023, just a few months ago, our university changed when it was reclassified as a doctoral degree institution. Every degree awarded previously and every degree that we shall ever award gained value. I congratulate you. We want you to be active because the degree that you will receive tonight will not be stagnant in value. It will either increase or decrease in time. We come to work every day trying to add value to that degree, but we need you. And I urge you to be active in our Alumni Association. And I'm pleased to tell you, on behalf of the National Alumni Association, that I come bearing gifts. And that is 1 year's free membership in our Alumni Association. But they emphasized 1 year. We want you to be engaged. We want to know where you are. We want to know of your successes. We want you to be part of this university for the rest of your lives. You're Trojans now, and you forever will be Trojans. One thing that I concluded a long time ago was that Billy Graham was right when he said the two most important but the most underutilized words in any language are those two magical words, thank you. I want to say a hearty thank you to Ray White, who has been the Vice Chancellor of this campus for many years. He's been with us for 30 years. He had a distinguished record in service as a patriot in the United States Air Force, attaining the rank of Chief Master Sergeant, and he served as Commandant for the United States Air Force Senior NCO Academy. He has been an integral part of our leadership team. And I, Ray, wanted to just simply say on behalf of the entire university family how proud we are of you. I still would accept you withdrawing that announcement of retirement. If you'll do so tonight, we can make it public. But I don't think I can convince him of doing that one more time. But Ray, please come forward with our trustees and accept this resolution on behalf of the Board of Trustees and on behalf of the entire university. I won't read the whole thing, but the essence is captured in these words, and that is, thank you, Ray, for a job well done and for your leadership. He truly is the epitome of a servant leader, and I could offer no greater testimony to leadership. Ray, we're so proud of him. We thank you.
Appreciate it.
Just a moment ago, I urged all of you to be good citizens. We need you. Our speaker tonight is nothing less than a good citizen, a great leader, Doug Singleton. He's an outstanding role model of civic responsibility. He pays forward and backwards for all of us on a daily basis. He's been an outstanding role model. He's been a public servant. He graduated from Huntington with a bachelor's degree. He became a businessman. He served as manager for national brands such as Xerox and Coca-Cola, while also staying local and then beginning a small business. Mr. Singleton has made his greatest impact, though, as a public servant. He's currently the Montgomery County Commission chairman. He also served and has served and continues to serve on many boards and organizations too numerous to mention. He's making a difference in Montgomery. He loves Montgomery. He loves this community, and he demonstrates that daily. But he knows also that what we say in life is subordinate to what we do in life. But it's when the walk and the talk truly intersect that you have great leadership. Doug Singleton fits that mold. In fact, he reflects the words that are found in the book of Matthew, where it says, I came not to be served, but to serve. He leads by example, and we will be well served by what he has to say tonight. Please welcome Commissioner Doug Singleton.
What an honor it is to be here tonight. I want to thank Dr. Hawkins. I especially want to thank Ray White. For many, many times, many years, I've been wanting to come give the commencement address, but Ray would always say, Doug, I'm saving you for the perfect year. Every time I'd see him, I'm saving you for the perfect year. And I thought, well, maybe this is the perfect year this year when he called and asked me, because maybe this is the biggest class or the highest GPA or the most degrees. He said, no, this is the perfect year because I'm retiring and nothing you can say tonight is going to get me fired. So thank you for taking a chance on me. You know, the people that are graduating tonight, y'all have achieved more advanced degrees than I ever achieved in my life. I was thinking about it this afternoon when I was out walking. I said, you know, only in America can a guy that probably would not have been accepted into Troy University 40 years later gets to come back and give the commencement address. So I'm thrilled to be here. But you're a very tough crowd to speak to because y'all have been so successful. I thought about speaking about success, but there's thousands of books on success. I said, I'm going to speak about something that I've been mastered in my life, maybe the only thing I ever mastered, because, see, I've failed a lot more than I've ever succeeded in my life. So I got an acronym for FAIL, F-A-I-L. That's Huntington College diploma there. F is for forgive, or better, not forgiving. If you hold grudges in your life, you don't forgive people. That's kind of like taking poison and hoping the other person gets sick. If you get bit by a snake, you don't chase after the snake. You start the healing process. When I was at Coke, me and another guy, we were kind of rivals. Promotion came about. He got the promotion. I felt like I should have gotten it. I was upset about it. I pouted a little while. Not to make anything even worse, now I've got to report to this guy. So for the next 6 months, this guy woke up every morning trying to come up with new ways to make my life miserable. He attacked me personally and he attacked me professionally. Fortunately, I got promoted after about 6 months. 5 years later, I got promoted to, now he is reporting to me. Be careful whose toes you step on as you climb that ladder of success, because they may be attached to that rear end you got to kiss later in life. So I called a meeting with him, and I could tell he was scared to death when we met. But all I talked about was, what can I do to help you? How can I make you better? How can I make your branch the best branch of the Coca-Cola Company? When we finished talking and meeting, he said, Doug, I don't know what to say. He said, I told my wife last night I'm going to get fired today after all the ugly things I did to you all those years. And I borrowed a phrase from Clara Barton. She was the founder of the American Red Cross. She once said, I distinctly remember forgetting about that. Let me repeat that. I distinctly remember forgetting about that. You see, I could choose to be mad, but you can't make me mad tonight. If I don't do a good job, it don't matter what you say when I leave here tonight, you can't make me mad. I have to choose to be mad. I love what Satchel Paige said. He was a great pitcher, maybe the greatest pitcher of all time, played in the old Negro leagues. He said, I will never allow man to control my life by making me hate him. Roberto da Vinci was a professional golfer. He won a professional golf tournament. And as he's walking to the parking lot with his check in his hand, this lady comes up to him and says, I have a sick child. If she does not get medication and treatment, she will die, and I cannot afford the treatment. He endorses a check and gives it to her. The next week at the golf tournament, the PGA official comes up to him and says, Roberto, that lady is a fraud. She does not have a sick daughter. And he said, so her daughter's not dying? And he said, no. He said, that's the best news I've heard in years. What's your attitude? If somebody flicks mud on you, we all have a tendency to wipe it off immediately. But if you just let it sit there a little while, it's going to dry. And then you can just flake it off. It's going to leave a lot smaller stain. If the mailman keeps waiting for all the barking dogs, he won't never get the mail delivered. A is for attitude. Attitude's the one thing I got in my life that I have complete control over. William James, great professor in the early 1900s from Harvard, they asked him one time, what is the greatest discovery in your life? Everybody thought he'd talk about some type of vaccination, maybe some type of an invention. He said, the greatest discovery in my life is that I can alter my life by changing my attitude. Have to versus get to. How do we talk? Tomorrow, you may have to go to work. I look at it, you get to go to work tomorrow. There's a lot of people that can't get jobs. Tonight, some of you may have to park down the street in the back of the parking lot. Sometimes we say, well, I had to walk about 200 yards. No, you got to walk about 200 yards. If you can walk, talk, see, and hear, you're better off than a lot of these people in this country. A lot of people would have given anything to be able to walk the walk that we took tonight to the parking lot. Vanetta Flowers, UAB sprinter, one of the best in the world. Her goal in life was to be on the Summer Olympic team. She trained her entire life just to make the Summer Olympic team for the U.S. She tried multiple times, did not make it. Missed the last time by 1/10 of 1 second. A couple of days after she had seen her dream shattered, her husband told her, said, look, why don't you try bobsledding? She said, I'm in Alabama. I don't know what bobsledding is. He said, well, there's two things in bobsledding. You got to run fast and you got to be able to jump long. And you're one of the best in the world at it. She started training for bobsledding. She became the first African American to ever win a gold medal in the Winter Olympics. What's our attitude? I love the story about the two men in the hospital. One had a bed by the window. One had a bed by the door. Every day, the guy by the window would explain vividly what he saw outside. He talked about beautiful things that he saw every day. He talked about kids playing. He talked about balloons flying. He talked about parades, leaves falling. After a couple weeks, he gets discharged. The guy by the door says, hey, nurse, can you move me to the window? She moves him to the window. He looks out the window for the first time. He says, "Nurse, there's something wrong." This guy was used to explain these beautiful things to me. All I see is a brick wall. The nurse said, "Your old roommate, he was blind." Do we have an attitude of gratitude? Inconsiderate. In life, you can be right or you can be wrong. Very few times in life you can be both. If I wake up in the morning, I turn on the TV, the weatherman says, no chance of rain. I walk outside, not a cloud in the sky. If my wife tells me she thinks it's going to rain, I just grab an umbrella. These two couple had been married for a long time. They got in an argument. They had not spoken in about 3 days. He had to catch a flight the next morning. So he didn't want to break the silence barrier, so he took a pad and on a note he wrote, "Wake me at 5 a.m., I have to catch a plane," and put it on the bedstand right next where she could not miss it. Well, the next morning he gets up, sun's coming through the blinds. He looks at the clock, he's going to miss his flight. He grabs the note, storms into the kitchen, yells at his wife. She calmly says, "Read your note." She had written on there, "It's 5 o'clock, wake up." You can be right or be happy, folks. I love the story about the man who took his little boy to the circus. In front of him was another man that had 3 children, and he's up to the window. And this guy overhears the teller in the window say, "I'm sorry, sir, but you're short. You don't have enough money to get your entire family into the circus." As his little boy is watching him, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a $20 bill, taps the man on the shoulder, says, "Sir, I think you dropped this." The guy said, "No, I didn't. Sir, I'm positive you dropped this." Put it in his hand. They both smiled. He buys the tickets and goes into the circus. The man turns to his son and says, "Son, I'm sorry. We got to come back another day. I don't have enough money to buy our tickets." 30 years later, that young man, you can imagine what he grew up to be. Outstanding citizen, leader in the community. When somebody asked him 30 years later, what was the thing that impacted your life the most? He told the story of the man at the circus. What kind of legacy are we leaving for our kids? I went to a Troy football game this year, and I want to tell you something that impacted my life at that Troy football game. It wasn't a beautiful stadium. It wasn't spectacular plays on the field. I remember it was a Thursday night. I think Troy was playing South Alabama. Troy won the game, but I couldn't tell you a single play that happened that night. I was fortunate to get invited to go up into the suite area. So I was up there walking around, touring the stadium, admiring the stadium. I went to the presidential suite. Now, I didn't have a pass to get into the presidential suite, but I've learned in life, if you dress for success, if you walk fast and you act like you belong, you can get in anything. So I looked for my opening, and I walked in with a couple of other very famous people, and I got in there. So I kind of stood off, and I was just watching, observing. Dr. Hawkins didn't know I was watching him, but he was making the room. He talked to the board of trustees. He talked to the donors. He talked to the famous alumni, just like every other chancellor would do as a gracious host. That's not what impressed me. That's kind of what he gets paid to do. What impressed me was there was a lady in the food service standing behind the counter. He don't even know this. I've never even told him this story. He went up to that lady. I got close enough to hear. He hugged her, called her by name, asked her about her family. Her eyes lit up. Not long after that, a guy comes to clean out the trash can. He walks over to the guy. "Man, I'm glad you're on my team." You would have thought that guy had just donated $10 million to Troy University. See, Dr. Hawkins has learned something in his many, many years, that if you treat everyone that you come into contact as if they're hurting, you will never miss an opportunity. Let me challenge you over the next 30 days. Everybody you come in contact with over the next 30 days, I want you to treat them like they're the most important person in the world. If you do that, you might be the longest serving chief executive officer of something else, just like Dr. Hawkins has been. A man falls into a hole. He's screaming for help. A preacher comes by, hears his screams for help, says a prayer over him, Says, look, I've got to run to the church. They're waiting on me. He leaves. Engineer comes by. Here's the man, looks down the hole and says, hey, just hold on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to draft something up, some plans. I'll come back and we'll see if we can't get you out of this hole. An attorney comes by, looks down, flicks his card, say, hey, if you ever get out of this hole, call me. We'll sue whoever put this hole here. But then a Troy graduate comes by and hears a cry, looks down in the hole, jumps down in the hole with the man. The man looks at him and says, this is fantastic, Mr. Troy. Now we're both in this hole. Well, the man of Troy said, yes, sir, but I've been in this hole before. I know how to get out. How many people you jump in a hole with? How many friends you got would do that for you? Let me tell you, there's 3 types of friends. There's leaves, branches, and roots. Leaves, they're going to take what they can from it, and the first good wind, they're gone. Branches, now they'll survive a couple of seasons with you, but the first real big storm, they're going to break, and they're going to be gone. We need to be roots. We need to surround ourselves with roots, because roots are going to love you for what you are. They're not going to judge you. And when that big storm comes, they're still going to be there with you. How many of y'all, and I can't see you because it's so dark out there, but how many of y'all think your best friend is your spouse? Okay. I see some hands go up. Yeah. All y'all that didn't raise your hand, you're probably going to sleep on the couch tonight. But I want you to take this test. When you get home tonight, I want you to take your spouse. I want to take your dog. I want you to throw them both in the trunk and lock them up. An hour from now, go open the trunk and see which one's still happy to see you. And the last thing is lazy. The magic that we're missing is in the work that we have been avoiding. Nowadays, everything's about rights and privileges. Used to be about responsibilities and obligations. Edgar Burden ordered a photography kit. They sent him a ventriloquist kit. He didn't complain. He opened it up, worked it, became the world's greatest ventriloquist. Michael Ilitch, all he ever wanted to do was play baseball for the Detroit Tigers. Got out of high school, went into service 4 years. He signed a minor league contract. 2 years later, tore his rotator cuff. His baseball career was over. His dream of being a Detroit Tigers was over. He goes home, spends 2 weeks at home, and his dad finally says, son, Michael, you got to get out of this house. He calls a buddy that's got a restaurant and says, hey, can you give me a job? I don't even care if you pay me. I just got to get my dad off my back. He gets the job making pizzas, gets great at it, opens his own restaurant, another restaurant. He became the 3rd largest pizza franchisor in the world. Now, he never did play for the Detroit Tigers, which was his goal in life, but he could go on that field anytime he wanted because he ended up owning the Detroit Tigers. God had bigger plans for us than what we have for ourselves. You know, and ideas are only good after somebody actually does it. I'm going to ask y'all a question, y'all Troy graduates. If you plant tomatoes, what you going to get? That must be your honor students that got that one. If you plant corn, what you going to get? Corn. Plant potatoes, what you going to get? Oh, the whole class is getting smart now. What if you plant nothing? What you going to get? No, you get weeds. Do y'all know the wealthiest place in the world? Some people say Dubai, some people say Fort Knox, Hollywood. The wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard because there's so many dreams and ideas are buried there. Don't take your dreams and your ideas with you to the graveyard. I'm going to finish up before Dr. Hawkins grabs me. In conclusion, there's 3 things that your employees one day, your spouse, your friends are going to ask of you. Can I trust you? Are you committed? And do you care about me as a person or only what I can do for you? When I was at the Coca-Cola company, I used to buy a birthday cake for every employee on their birthday. One time I had a guy in his mid-50s who worked in a warehouse, a real grizzly type of guy, tough guy. I brought him in, I gave him the birthday cake. His eyes swelled up with tears, and he left. A couple of days later, I took his supervisor, I said, hey, did you see what happened to Ronnie? And he said, yeah, Doug, you don't know this. He said, but Ronnie grew up in an orphanage. He has no family that he knows of. In his 50-something years, he had never gotten a birthday cake. Be a blessing. Be Be a blessing to somebody. Be like Dr. Hawkins. Look for somebody who's hurting. Even when you don't know they're hurting, still be a blessing. You never know. If you want to get your day started off right tomorrow when you wake up and get to work or wherever you're going, get a piece of paper. Don't have to be fancy. Write a handwritten note to somebody and thank them for what they've done for you in your life. It'd be a good idea to write one to your parents in the morning. Do that every day as you start your day. To start your day off right. Don't go through life looking for blessings. Look to be a blessing. Congratulations, thank you, and God bless. That's quick enough.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner, for your wit, your wisdom, your friendship, and your leadership. And a ticket for that first football game is in the mail. 2 tickets. Please join me in saying to Doug Singleton one more time, great job. Thank you.
Now, students, it's time for us to confer your degrees. Will the candidates for the associate's degree please stand? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the associate's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the associate's degree be conferred upon them at this time.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority granted me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the associate's degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may change your tassels from the right side to the left side of your caps. Congratulations to each of you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the bachelor's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
On the recommendation of the faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may change your tassels from the right to the left side of your cap. Congratulations to each of you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the master's degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may change your tassels from the right to the left side of your cap. Congratulations. You may be seated. Will the candidate for the education specialist degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, this candidate has completed all of the requirements for the education specialist degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon you the education specialist degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You may change your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Congratulations to you. You may be seated. At this time, the deans and representatives from each of our colleges will come forward to call the graduates' names so that they can receive their diplomas. Dr. Carter.
Will the graduates who have earned the associate's degree please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Makisha Adams. Diamond Simone Holt Sumter. Tamika Washington Nelson. Peyton Idalis Palmore Pierce. Deidre Lachey Smith. Emily Andrews. Kennedy Cash. Brianna Iman Childs. Haley May Crabtree. Haley Marie Davis. Tisha Lene Davis. Kristen Easterling. Jamara Laquetta Eldridge White. Rebecca Aaron Ellis. Cassidy A. Foshi. James Austin Gregory. Kelsey Henderson. Hannah Elizabeth Hogan. Tamara Howard. Benicia Nakel Hurston. Sierra Alyssa James. Hunter Jarman. Caitlin Jones. Jasmine Latrice Kelly. Daniel McCaffrey. Catherine Henderson Oots. Alyssa Morgan Paris Gooden. Reagan Marie Patterson. James Wesley Pugh. Samantha Lane Richburg. Torrey Slaughter. Virginia Ann Sparks. Samantha Noel Stewart. Madison Elena Taylor. Kenneth Ashton Wilkes. Shali Shu.
Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Maria Baena. Kamika Banks. Tavior Kivan Burnett. Jackson Lee Coburn. Felix Cruz Escobar. Gail Ferguson. DeMarquez Romarius Forte. Olivia Kendall Garrett. Montoriez Gray. Derek S. McCoy. Dylan Reed. Margaret Spikes. Cheyenne Priscilla Sproul.
Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Christopher Brandon Colley. Haley Madison Cook. Brittany Jean Hudson. Jasmine Morrell. Lydia Nations. Melissa Ann Owings. Landon James Rust. Lainey Joelle Sheffield.
Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the College of Education and the College of Health and Human Services please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Angeline Day. John Austin Bowman. Tracy Carpenter. Dearica Rasheem Collins. Trinity Espinoza. Elvedius Zanetta Johnson. Jennifer Emily Meyerhofer. Blondine Webb. Deborah Banks. Jessica M. Harris. Christina Ann Hill. Brashana Nicole Smith Posey.
Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Michaela Nakia Manuel. David Brian Norton. Caesar Adolo. Gerald Adolo.
Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Jerry Fifi Anderson. Tiffany Nicole Jackson. Hannah Joyner. Alfred Lee Miller, Jr. Shawnice Posey. Ritasha Thomas.
Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the College of Education please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Pamela Lynn Brooks. Tommy Orlando Calloway. Yvette Gonzalez. Mary Jackson Bryant. Morgan Bree Law. Julia Brianna Roney. Jasmine Montrese Story.
Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the College of Health and Human Services please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Brandis Blankensop. Mary Self Blevins. Thomasine Lavon Boyd Johnson. Victoria Sermons Buford. You need his back. Dylan Chafers. Taylor Marissa Clay. Catherine Riggins Hargrove. Jamie Hill. Ashley Laverne McKinstry. Tara Partridge Mercino. Shannon Miller. Tarika Charday Moore. Caitlin Sylvie Morgan. Tiffany Plyler. Cameron James Sanders. Aaliyah Scott. Sasha Shaban Smith. Jesse Thompson. Ellen Thrash. DeAndrea Faith Denisha Waters. Deborah Lynn Yates.
Will the graduate who has earned the Education Specialist degree in the College of Education please rise and come forward to receive your diploma? Florecia Howard.
Thank you, Dr. Hawkins, Commissioner Singleton, and General Kroll. And congratulations to all of Troy University's most recent graduates. If students are the heart of an institution, then its faculty represents its soul. It is our tradition in the spring commencement to recognize outstanding classroom instruction as selected by the Montgomery campus student body. It's my pleasure to now call upon Gamma Beta Phi Montgomery Chapter Representative Ms. Denise Randall to make a special presentation.
Each year, the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society, with nominations provided from the student body, selects an instructor to be recognized as the Montgomery Campus Teacher of the Year. This instructor is provided a plaque with a small honorarium, and their name is inscribed on a permanent plaque that is displayed in Whitley Hall. This year's recipient was identified for her subject matter knowledge, confidence, preparation, and encouraging attitude. She is known for helping her students practically apply knowledge and for providing feedback. She serves as an exceptional example of a nurse and teacher. Please join me in congratulating the 2024 Teacher of the Year, Dr. Shonda Wilburn. Congratulations, Dr. Wilburn. Let me get it out. On behalf of the student body and Government Beta Founder Society, congratulations. Thank you.
I don't know, but I think you got it right. Amazing, that's great. Thank you, Ms. Randall, and congratulations, Dr. Wilburn, obviously well-deserved. Once again, we want to express our deepest appreciation to all of you for attending Troy University's commencement ceremony this evening. Graduates, after the ceremony tonight, we invite you and your family and friends to a reception in the Gold Room just next door in Whitley Hall on the second floor. Now, on behalf of the Chancellor, the Board of Trustees, and the faculty and staff of Troy University, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a safe and healthy summer. We hope you'll be back in the summer or fall to continue your education with Troy University, and if not, at least recommend someone to replace you. I assure you, education is a lifelong process. Even though you may take a short break, continue your education. We hope you will choose Troy to do that. The singing of the school's alma mater is a continuing tradition for Troy University. We believe that our graduates, and now our alumni, should be proud of your university. The alma mater was written with that idea in mind by Troy's own Robert Smith and Ralph Ford. You can find the words on page 7 of your program. We invite you to sing along. And now please stand for the singing of the alma mater and for the benediction, and remain in place for the platform party and graduates to recess the theater.
Gracious and almighty God, we ask that you keep your loving hands on the graduates and their families as they celebrate this remarkable milestone. May they experience strength, endurance, and perseverance, fostered by their pursuit of academic excellence and higher learning. Guide them as they aid to the legacy of the many Troy graduates who have excelled in our state, nation, and the world throughout the years. Help them shine as a beacon of hope and promise to the next generation. Grace be to them, and grace be to us all. Amen, and congratulations.
Amen.